Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. Today, I think I'm going to do a mage. Oh my god, I was tapped in the wrong screen. I'm going to play a Demigod mage. I think at this time, I'm going to do an Ice Elementalist. Because our last successful run, and that's very presumptuous to start off with, but still, our last run was a martial run. So I figured a caster run would be good, even though I'm pretty sure like caster builds are way harder. We are Gigachad, because we bow to no gods. Just so awesome that we can go it alone. Let's see, what do we get? Oh. Maxwell's capacitive coupling. Gradually builds up electric charge in the caster so long as they maintain focus by waiting in place. When the threshold is reached, the charge couples with the nearest foe, vaporizing them instantaneously. Higher spell power will allow the person to charge more. Damage infinite? Are you serious? I mean, that's an 8th level spell, so, like, it's gonna be a while before we can cast it. There's also lightning bolts, which is really good. Oh, it's got like a little... It's got an accuracy meter? I guess the accuracy is like how accurately it will show it's bouncing or whatever. Cool. So we could maybe do like an ice air build. Not sure if that's really like super efficient. But you know, that's an option. Maybe we could just do a straight up air build. I don't know. Lightning Bolt is a good spell. If we get no other like mid-game, late-game spells, it's definitely like a viable option, I would say. Alright, come on. There we go. So Ice Elementalists are kind of like, they have a bunch of spells which all revolve around like standing in place basically. I think I might want to focus train Ice. No, I'm already focus training Ice. I'm gonna get a little fighting too. Health will matter for us, so. They've got Azo Kubu's armor, which gives AC as long as they stand still. And Frozen Rampart is like AoE damage every turn spell. Though the book starts with kind of a gap, I would say, in the mid-game spells. Because Hailstorm can't hit targets that are at all close. We have to punch this dude. It's a endoplasm. I like the concept of the endoplasm. It's like a frost slime, basically. It's the opposite of ectoplasm, I guess, because it's cold or something. Its name might be a pun, I guess. But it's evocative. I pretty much knew what I was looking at once I saw the name. Which is neat. I think more elemental enemies good. I want to level up my strength a little bit. We might end up smacking duders a little bit here and there, especially if we get a staff. But additionally, it'll allow us to put on some armor, though. Armor is much less relevant for us because of the Osboku's armor spell. It has like negative synergy with armor. So, usually like pick one or the other, I guess. I don't think it's like a 100% negative synergy. It used to be a 100% negative synergy. Like, back in the old days when I originally played this game, it was not castable if you had a ring mail, I think. Or maybe like ring mail was the highest you could go. Oh, you can do damage with the cold spells against him? Cool. Did not know. A +4 ring of evasion, that is worth... I mean, they're both worth wearing right now. The ring, probably more so. A ring of protection, cold. And a helmet, so we can raise our AC from 2. Which will be nice. Right, come on. There we go. Also see another spellbook. Got Stone Arrow. An anime armor, which I don't think is super great for us. Calls upon the spirit of your worn armor to fight alongside you, but draws strength from the inherent protection of your own armor. I mean, if we wear some medium armor, then it'd be pretty okay. I think the only run I had that spell and used it was when I was wearing robes. Oh, hold up. I think we got... Yeah, Ozokubu's Refrigeration. I remember this one being pretty damn good. It's the AoE damages everyone on screen spell that the one Iceman has. Which is just nice. See, I might as well learn the next generation of ice spells. Yeah, check this out. Boom. Absolutely fucking roasted. It's a good one. Just adds damage turn after turn. If you can get an enemy before they get next to you, that's just like a couple turns of free damage as well. It's not like a ton of damage, but when you're fighting like multiple opponents, it just helps out. Okay, the Ozokobu's armor gives us 9 AC right now. We might have bitten off more than we can chew. I'm gonna chug my potion of magic. Just sit here. Because they had reach weapons, and so they're tagging us from range. Probably can't fight Ilyib. Not with no mana, that's for freaking sure. Let's see what this entrance holds for us. This little Kawaka. No big deal. It's crazy youth. Reached level 5. Pretty good sign for my will is overpowered. I'm confused. Okay, I'm no longer confused. Sayonara, Ilyib. Ijib. How do you pronounce that? It's I-J-Y-B. Is it just Ib? Yib? Staff of Earth isn't really what we're looking for. Like, we got the Stone Arrow spell, but it'd be a lot of training of the Earth magic to get really good at that. I mean, there's the Crystal Spear, which is cool. Stone Arrow is also decent, because it just does good damage. It's 3d7, but it's at 4% power. I think, is there yeah, the Draining does 2d6, for example. And the Hailstorm does 3d5. But it's AoE. I remember getting my ass tore up by stone arrows. Might be worth holding on to, I guess. Sigmund is a little bit dangerous for us. Even more than a little. If we could get into melee range with him, we probably could fuck him up. Problem is his scythe. I think it's probably worth just slipping into a lower floor rather than trying to deal with him now. There we go. You can see the pure power of the stone ramparts. Literally can just have to sit there. It's a good spell. It feels really badass too. To just like freeze people before they even get to you. Plus it combos well with the Amulet of the Acrobat. Though late game damage kind of falls off with that strategy. Yeah, come on. Come and play, motherfuckers. Another positive of the spell. Oh, that guy's very resistant to cold. I don't know if I want to fight that guy. Hold up. Picking that armor up. Probably it makes sense to learn some sort of other damaging spell. I'm going to learn the static discharge so it kind of fits in with what we're doing. Might as well get into this corner real quick. So I've got 24% chance of failure. Now it's 30%. I think that's it's a worthwhile upgrade. You can confuse me, but if I do nothing... Never mind, he's repeatedly confusing me. Alright, I'm no longer confused. It's time for these people to perish. Oh, confusion is a real fucked up stats effect for casters. It's not good on marshals, but it's really fucked on casters. Hell yeah. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the armor is just, it's not that encumbering. Plus we can get another point in strength, and now it's still 30%, huh? I guess all of our discomfort with it is our no armor skill then. Interesting. Or maybe that's just like one difficulty class point higher or whatever. I assumed that this was like a D100 system though. Ogre's a little bit scary, but I think we can take it on. Oh, we may bit off more than we can chew. How much HP do you got? Okay, I'm punching him. Okay, no, I'll fucking grab the staff. There we go. A little bit dicey. Got an orb of light. Let's see, carried in place of shield, revealing invisible targets, increasing accuracy of blows. Does this fuck with my casting though? No, it doesn't seem so. Guess it makes sense. It's very casterly. Might make our stealth worse. I know that's true of the Shining One's aura. Okay, shock the Phantom. There we go. It's interesting that the Phantom can act as a conduit of electricity. Epic. Now the stack discharge spells are not that bad. How much damage is it doing? 3 to 4 per arc? That seems like it should be dog shit, but I guess the Ramparts is doing 1d7. Which is pretty okay. If we want the spell to get more reliable, we should probably focus train a little bit. I'm going to train the conjurations, because that's just like a positive stat to have. Lots of spells use conjurations, which makes sense. It's a little mini temple. Just no big deal. Be nice if we could get a Staff of Air or Ice preferably, but Air would also be pretty decent. Cold damage does have this major downside of it being a fairly common-ish resisted thing. It's not as bad, I think, as poison is, but I think fire's in the same boat. I think fire might have more creatures who are resistant to it. If I had to hazard a guess. How much is my freeze doing? 1d10 versus 3 to 4 per arc. It bypasses armor, whereas this also bypasses armor. So the freeze should do better damage against non-resistant creatures, which this Phantom is resistant cold. Yeah, he can poke me with Halberd all he wants. Okay. It's plus... Was that plus 0 Halberd? Let's see, plus 1 Halberd of Flaming. Not like the worst weapon, but definitely mediocre, and we'd have to drop our Scintillating Orb. Which I don't really want to do right now. If we could get Amulet of the Acrobat, we would be absolutely rocking. Get out of here, Toad. This might kill us, but... Are you fucking kidding me? What the fuck is Menakuri doing here? Okay. Just trying to find a push scroll teleportation. Got a scroll of acquirement. Jesus Christ. And I'm popping my teleport. Oh my god, I fucking killed him? Oh, that was a little close. Manikuri has this fucking torment ability where he, like, halves your HP. It's so not cool. Acid Dragon Scales might be better for us than what we've got currently. So we've got 3 encumbrance rating 4. This is 6 encumbrance rating 5. And it gives us acid resistance. I don't know about that one. Willpower armor is pretty okay-ish. More generally useful than 2 Scorps? 3 Scorps? That's fucked up. Hornet's pretty risky. I think a little bit less risky for spellcasters. It's got a really high evasion, poisons you, paralyzes you. Just not a good time. Get zapped. That's a pretty cool weapon. What is this? Executioner's Axe? -1, -2? Why is it all fucked up? I guess because they're supposed to be like old and busted. That's pretty wacky. Get toasted. How's a spell coming along? 7% failure chance, does 3 to 5. So this does 1d11, which on average should be like, I want to say 5.75 damage, but I'm not quite sure of the math. So I'm pretty sure a d12 is like 6.5, and a d10 is 5.5. Maybe a d11 is just straight up 6 on average, then? Sim's cold resist, so might as well just zap him. That's a good decision to have non-ice damage. I mean, obviously, we couldn't control whether or not we got the book, but still. Yeah, come get me, motherfuckers. Doesn't matter how many of you there are. You have to go into a hallway. Get frozen. Okay. Prince Rivet was destroyed. We just walk past some perfectly good boots. Might as well put them on. Up to 8 AC, just awesome. I think this guy's resistant to electricity. It's immune to electricity. Strange aerial creature formed of clouds and tortured flesh that sparkles with electricity. Every so often slips entirely from view. Interesting. Oh, I'm freezing him. I think I've got to move up to this guy. We've hit that phase of the game where we have enough bulk where we can overpower a lot of enemies. Joseph is pretty fucking scary though. He's got a ranged weapon. I think it might be a good time to pop the scroll requirement. Let's see. These all look amazing. The acrobat synergizes with our play style. What's the steadfast? These sturdy boots were created by an artificer who lived high up on a remote mountain peak as protection against the mountains near constant avalanches, rock slides, and snowstorms. No force short of translocation magic will budge the wearer from their position. Oh, that's really cool. That's like an item I'd want to steal for my fucking D&D. So then there's the quarterstaff, which gives us resistance to all magic, gives us strength and willpower. It is a really good weapon and also does cold damage, which is okay. Oh man. Honestly, I think the staff is probably better for us because we have no like really viable whacking option right now. But those boots are really fucking good. This is a weapon that gives us strength and intelligence. Is this a two-handed weapon? Yeah. So we no longer have our Orby powers. Interesting. Alright, so can I wear these scales? Hell yes, I can. No penalty. So our AC is up to 9. Yeah, come on. Water's fine. I whacked him. Get absolutely roasted and toasted. That's a lot of enemies. I prefer to reduce line of sight. You little fuck. Dude. Thank you. I was gonna fucking sit there smiting me all day. That would be nice. If we could get resistance to electricity, that would be really nice as well. Just because we're relying on static discharge a little bit. We use it pretty frequently. So having resistance to our own damage would be nice. It's floor 7 done. But we're hitting the 30-minute mark. So I think I'll end the episode here. We've had a really solid start with our ice build. Importantly, we've gotten a lot of spells, which gives us some options for where we want to go in the immediate future. I've sort of been speccing into Conjuration and Air as our secondary spell stats. So we could do the Lightning Bolt. Sticky Flames is a really good spell though. It does damage, but then it also covers them in Liquid Fire, which continues to do damage. I remember it being pretty badass. Might be a little bit out of our wheelhouse though. I mean, we've got 2 points in air magic. We could probably get like 2 points in fire magic or something as well. Starting to hit the point where we're spreading ourselves a little bit thin though. Anyways, we got a bunch of spells. We got a Scroll of Acquirement, which gave us this cool weapon. Got decent armor and a helmet and boots and a helmet. I mean a cloak. All we need is gloves and preferably magic versions of all these items, and we'll be good to go for a while. It's a good run. So, I guess I might as well also address, it's been off the channel for a while, this game, because I've mostly just been playing Songs of Six. I enjoy Song 6. I was really addicted to it, and it's easier to record. Not intentionally like making it, I'm not like culling it from the channel's rotation quite yet, but that's why there's been a big old gap. Yep. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you next time for more Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. Goodbye!